Hello, dear viewers. Thank you so much for joining me for this special reading. I have not done a specific question in a little while, so I thought, you know what? This is my question for everyone. What am I doing right now, Source? Let's ask. So often our mind wants to focus on, what should I be doing differently? What do I need to be doing? Am I doing something wrong? You know, that's our brains. That's our brains. You know, we want to identify any problems. We want to solve them before they become problems. But sometimes the mistake we then make is forgetting about what we're doing right and not letting that energy grow. What am I doing right now? So I ask you to pick the stone that draws you, the one that resonates with your intuition. You can always choose more than one and just rely on your intuition to hear what you're supposed to hear, because it will be Source. It will be your higher self. The message that comes through, whatever you choose and whatever stands out to you, it will be from your intuition. It will be important. So we begin. Okay, for those of you who chose this lovely, it's sort of like it's got mustard, it's got wine color, it's just beautiful. We have the 9 of coins, we have the Queen of Swords, we have the 2 of Wands. All right, well, these are lovely cards. So you obviously are good at planning. You obviously have a plan and you stick to it, more or less. I mean, I'm not talking perfectly, but more or less. I think this card invites you to look back on all the plans you've laid and how well they've gone, all the successes you have had, or the times where you learned some new information, because see, now this Queen of Swords is nothing if not smart. She is smart. And remember, gender's interchangeable in the tarot, so this could be King of Swords as well, but very smart. Will take what she's seeing, new information, and fold it into her ongoing planning beautifully. So the Queen of Swords is smart. She's disciplined. You know, she's disciplined to follow the goals of her plan. The real plan. And I'm not saying the plan never changes. Her brain is so effective that she can identify the best way to go. She can pivot. But that Queen of Swords, she is disciplined to do what she must. And she knows the difference between what's a must and what's a, well, you know, that could be extra. So that Queen of Swords is really giving you a compliment. That's mature wisdom. Also, you're speaking directly. You're speaking more clearly and plainly, assertively. You're becoming more assertive in a good way, in a mature way that isn't cutting so much as clear. And you may have had this evolution in your journey where your communications become more and more effective. And we have the 9 of coins, so that is good. You're also taking time to smell the roses, and that should be encouraged. Taking time to enjoy what you've built. See that 9 of coins, that's the self-made businesswoman, self-made businessman, essentially, because she has her vineyard, she's enjoying her harvest. She is not afraid to enjoy luxuries. She enjoys the beauty of nature. She understands that, unlike the 4 of coins guy, you know, she understands that it's meant to be enjoyed. And she's really good at enjoying whatever she has. If she has a lot or she has a little, she's good at taking time to enjoy it. And it feels like a lot to her, even if it's a little. She appreciates it. She tastes the wine. She feels the sunshine. She smells the air. So she enjoys that. And we have the 2 of Wands. So for you, there may be 2 main priorities, and you've been really good at giving each of them enough attention. You might give this one more attention today, you might give the other one more attention tomorrow. You've been good at that. But this can also be, the Two of Wands can be the world explorer as well, though. You know, you've got the world in your hands and it's for you to explore. You may have some different thoughts on what you want to do in exploring. And wands are purposeful behavior. They're goals, they're sources of passion and energy, purpose, enthusiasm sometimes. So you are somebody who can, just you alone, you can look out across the sea and say, where do I want to go next with my life? Whether that's real travel, figure trip travel, but you can do that. And you don't need to go with a herd of people. You can be the leader in that. Sort of the captain of your own destiny. And that's a strength in you. So it always means that new adventures await, new vistas, new goals, new sources of purpose. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful cards. Okay, for those of you who chose this lovely gray and pink striped stone, the agate, we have the Seven of Wands. We have the Ace of Swords. We have the Three of Swords. Oh, wow. So, okay. So for you, there have been difficult situations in your life. It's not been a cakewalk. There have been downright hurtful situations in your life, maybe heartbreaking. However, you've stood your ground. None of them have made you into a different kind of person. None of them have made you into a person who will attack, challenge, try to harm. You've just become clearer about what is most important in your life, your main priority. See, wands are priority, your main priority, and you've learned to hang tight to it. No matter what's coming at you, no matter who's challenging you, no matter if everybody's got a different idea or a different want to or a different goal, and you know, they're saying, mine is more important. No, you know who you are. This is with the Ace of Swords as well. You've also grown a lot spiritually through all this, to where you can hear, you could pretty much hear new guidance coming through your thoughts, but yes, you know, or coming through your senses in another way. You know the right way to go, or the new perspective. You have had moments of epiphany that the hermits of the world would envy. You know, you have had moments of, and you just seem to know what's most important. You know, and I don't think you give yourself credit for this all the time. And maybe that's because you have had challenging people in your life who have challenged you, sometimes rather than supported you. And you've had enough hardships in your life that you maybe don't always give yourself credit for. Boy, but you can know things that other people don't seem to know. When you need inspiration, when you need clarity, when you need an answer, it tends to come. It tends to come. You are open. You've taken whatever you've gone through in your life to become more open to spirit and hear better, listen better, and it brings you victory. The Ace of Swords wants to bring us epiphanies that are victory. See, you may have discovered a reality that a lot of people never learn or don't learn until very late in life. You may have discovered it's not so much the circumstances of this lifetime that determine your peace, your joy, your ability to love. It is whether or not you turn them into victories with this Ace of Swords. And you've learned to open the door to the whole spiritual realm, to yourself, to your higher self, to source, to that force of love and life and wisdom. And you've learned to open yourself to that. And you can look back, you can laugh, you can look back on your life and you've had tough things, but other people meeting you might even accuse you of, you must have always had it pretty good. You must have always had things moving in your direction, because they couldn't understand how you could be so, you could have been made so wise, you could be so balanced. And I know you're a very insightful person with this card. So maybe you don't see yourself that way, but other people, because you see everything going on inside and you do reflect on that, but other people may. And so you really have used the difficult experiences of your life to become stronger, to become more focused on what's important, and to become more enlightened. And it's brought you victories, and it will bring you victories. So, excellent. Oh, wow, excellent cards. All right. For those of you who chose this striped amethyst, we have the Five of Swords, the Chariot, the Queen of Coins. Okay, wow. So you've got a major arcana in here, the Chariot. I don't know if there's a situation recently or this has just been typical for you, but there's a situation that just pulls you forward like, oh my gosh, here we go. And you may feel like you didn't initiate it, but maybe you kind of did, but boy, maybe you leapt, and once you leapt, you were just pulled forward, and here we go. And the sphinxes are carrying you through the sky, and you do not feel like you have the reins. However, there's something supernatural about this journey. You know, we have the stars with the canopy here, right? There's something supernatural about this that in your gut, you may know it's correct. Even if it feels unpredictable, even if it feels sometimes exhilarating, sometimes scary, you can take a situation like that and you can know it's going to bring you to a place where you're going to be more in line with your soul's desires. It's going to land you in a place that may be an entirely new place. But you're able to take circumstances like that in your life and roll with it. You go with it. Okay, if this is where we're going, you have some real spiritual maturity, and you know that in the end, this may just be the means by which Source is answering your prayers. It may feel like this to you. However, you're also very good at stability. You're very good at creating stability for yourself, materially, and for others. This is the Earth Mother. So this is stability of wealth sometimes, health sometimes, those tangible sources of stability, stability of family, stability of relationships. You are good at that. In fact, you may be good at building wealth for yourself too. But you know, the Queen of Coins, she is very abundant. She does share. She enjoys helping other people to feel more secure, especially her family. And the Five of Swords, excuse me, I am wondering if the Chariot wasn't precipitated by you cutting something away, by you saying, okay, that's it. I'm done with this. I don't know, not everybody's going to like my decision, but I am cutting something away. I am taking a victory. I am doing this because I must. I know it's right. So you may have even precipitated the Chariot, which takes a good deal of courage. But it always seems to pay off for you with this Queen of Coins. Or the Chariot is sort of what's happened as a result of a cutting away. Maybe something you didn't initiate. Maybe somebody else initiated it. Some sort of, I'm taking the swords and going home. Maybe you're one of the people walking away. But still, nevertheless, you're the kind of person who's always going to be okay. Who, in fact, just tends to use other people's, if they had decisions that were, just about them and not about the people around them, you tend to use those decisions to your benefit. You tend to just grow in your security and your maybe wealth, maybe health, maybe the stability of your world, the stability of your home life. You just tend to grow in that. You just do. You can take kind of anything that happens unexpectedly, and you have a faith. And that faith is built on your successes. You just tend to be successful. So whatever is going on here, you really have this gift of establishing this security, keeping this abundance. Excellent. All right. For those of you who chose this red and white striped zone, we have, the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Two of Swords. We have the Five of Wands. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune, there's something about destiny there. There is something about destiny. The beginning of a new era in your life. I feel like you're somebody who believes in that. I feel like you're somebody who can work with Source, work with your higher self, and move into new eras in your life. And know that that's okay. Know that that's meant. Even if there could be internal conflict or conflict among the people around you about a decision you're making or indecision right now, it's okay. It's okay. Because see, you know how to move with it. You know that this, the seasons of our life on this plane seem to have cycles. They seem to have chapters, and the chapters can be very unique and different from the last. We can be doing things in our lives that 20 years ago we would just never, ever have thought we would. So you're somebody who's constantly growing, and you're able to move with that Wheel of Fortune. You're able to move with Source, in living your best life, in developing aspects of yourself. And turning this lifetime into a series of growth cycles, becoming better and better with each one. And you have an understanding that maybe it doesn't all become clear once this woman has a blindfold. Maybe it doesn't all come clear at once, and maybe there will be periods of times when you don't have enough information to make a decision, and that is okay. That wheel can turn kind of slowly, but you can count on it turning. And whatever is ending, you can also count on the wheel to bring in the next cycle, to bring in something new and beautiful that will be perfect for you now. Because what was perfect for you in the last cycle is now not doing it, is now maybe not meeting your needs for growth. You're in a different place now. You keep maturing. Your life keeps changing. You have a real acceptance of that. You have an understanding of that and of moving with it. And you've done this through many cycles. You are not one of those people who get stuck stuck in a pattern. You might feel it. You might feel sometimes like you're stuck in a pattern, but that's just because you're somebody that does move with the wheel, that does move through the cycles of life. And so you feel, oh, this feels getting too stale, too stuck, too old, and it's time for something new. You feel it and you begin to open your mind to it, and you don't have to make the decision at once, but you begin to maybe get some more information and work through maybe some internal conflict, or put up with maybe not other people not understanding. But it's okay, because it's all part of getting clarity about where you're going. So you are beautifully, exquisitely responsive to the moves in your life, to the changes in your life, to the new seasons in your life. And you're able to tolerate the in-between times when that wheel is moving. In fact, you have a real respect for that part is necessary. Maybe a little uncertainty, and uncertainty with the people around you. That's necessary when things change. You could have lived your life in such a way that nothing ever changed, and nobody was ever upset about changes you were making, and nobody was ever made uncomfortable about your growth. But that is stagnant. That does not have life, and you know it. That you cannot have joy with that, because what brings you joy in one season of your life may not be what brings you joy in the next. So you've come to a wisdom, and even to the point where you can enjoy the unfolding. Even during the changes, you can see the new life that's coming in, the new liveliness, the new learning, the new experiences. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, well, I thank you all so very much. I thank you so much for joining me in this, and you go on to have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.